patience is one of the most important qualities and characteristics that we can develop, because if we are patient in life, we give ourselves the opportunity to see something all the way through, right? From the planting of that seed to the point where it grows into a beautiful tree and really begins to give us the fruit, right? But if we're impatient, if we don't have the capacity to get into alignment with how things actually work, we cut ourselves short. It's like we plant that seed and the very next day we go out to the field and we scream at the field that there's nothing there. Well, of course there's nothing there. There's not supposed to be anything there, right? But we put so much pressure on ourselves, and there's so much internal criticism and negativity that things aren't happening now, that things are happening now, that things are happening now, that when things don't happen immediately, we think that something's wrong. There's nothing wrong. It just takes time. A lot of these things that we're seeking in life, a lot of these things that we're going after, they have lag time to them, right? It's not instantaneous. It takes time for things to heat up. It's kind of like if you've ever worked with clay. It takes some time to get that clay moving and get it warm so you can actually begin to mold it into something. But at first, you got to kind of put a lot of energy and effort into it. And same with the farmer, right? The farmer has to go out and plant the seed. The farmer's got to take care of the ground. The farmer's got to make sure that there's enough sun, there's enough water, enough nutrients, all of those things. I'm not a farmer, but I imagine that's exactly how it goes. And then they reap the benefits in the upcoming seasons of having put in the time, the energy, and the effort, and also being in alignment with the process. The process is things don't happen immediately. Things take time. Good things take time. And you want to be able to invest that time, that energy, that focus, right? That love, that passion into the very thing that you're working on, because that's going to make sure that in time, when it eventually does sprout, it's going to be solid. It's going to be healthy, right? It's going to be something that you actually want in your life. So impatience causes us to cancel out all of that, right? It doesn't even give us the chance, the opportunity to see anything through. And it's just mentally being out of alignment with the natural course of things. If we give ourselves the opportunity to practice that patience, to see things through, to recognize where we are in that growth cycle, whether it's our goal, right? Or whether it's the relationship that we're in, or whether it's just our own personal development and growth. Where am I in the cycle? You can ask yourself this, right? And begin to reflect upon that and begin to consider. And you might realize I'm actually pretty far along on my, journey in terms of achieving this goal, but I can't have this unreasonable expectation that it should have been happening right now, because that's not how things work. The other thing too is that on every single journey we take, there's going to be things that are wildly unexpected that happen. We're living in this right now. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be, pitfalls. You're going to make some mistakes, and to account for that and to be patient with yourself during the journey is just as important. You're not going to be able to knock everything out of the park. It's not all going to be perfect, but if you stay patient with yourself and you stay committed to the process, you're going to give yourself an opportunity to succeed. There's that old saying, right, that most people quit when they're almost there because they just don't realize that they're how close they actually were. You're so close oftentimes of making it happen, and if you just stay committed to that process, you'll see it all the way through. So remind yourself of that, right? If you actually want the tools to be able to do this, remind yourself of that. Get back into alignment, self-reflect, right? Where am I in the process? Am I expecting too much out of where I am right now? Am I going outside and am I screaming at the field, expecting there to be something there when that's a completely unreasonable expectation to have? And the other thing about patience too is it helps you enjoy it. It helps you enjoy every single day that you put in the time, the energy, the effort into something. It helps you enjoy the relationship where you're not like, oh my God, we should be married, and you met them yesterday, right? It sounds ridiculous, but we can do this in our minds. And so it gives you the opportunity to really enjoy what you have while it's here. And that's just so important for so many other reasons that I just won't get into now. It keeps us present. It keeps us in the moment. It keeps us in the now, as they say. And that's where all the gifts are. That's where all the fun is. But if you're constantly trying to get there, get there, get there, get there, get there, you miss out on what's happening here, right? So be patient with yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to see it all the way through, and you're gonna find out that there's some pretty cool stuff along the journey, and your chances of actually succeeding in the endeavor that you were going after in the first place are much, much higher. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like this video, please subscribe. And if you're interested in learning more about working with me personally in my coaching programs, please visit www.coachingwithevan.com. See you later.